Have you ever picked up a budget phone and thought, there's no way this thing can actually be good for this price? Well, that's exactly the feeling many people are having with the Xiaomi Redmi A7 Pro 4G. And honestly, Xiaomi might have done it again. In a market filled with expensive smartphones that all start looking the same, Xiaomi continues to focus on something people actually care about: value for money. But here's the big question. Is the Redmi A7 Pro 4G really the budget king of 2026, or is it just another cheap phone with flashy marketing? Today, we're going to unbox it, test the performance, check the cameras, play some games, talk about the battery life, and most importantly, figure out whether this phone is actually worth your money. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive in. Unboxing and first impressions. Right out of the box, the first thing you notice is how clean and modern the packaging looks. Xiaomi has definitely improved its presentation over the years. Inside the box, you usually get the Redmi A7 Pro 4G charging cable charger, SIM ejector tool, protective case, user manuals. And honestly, getting a case included in the box is always a nice bonus, especially at this price point. Now let's talk about the design. The first thing you'll notice is that Xiaomi has tried to give a premium feel despite the budget price. The phone has a surprisingly stylish look. The camera module on the back gives it that modern flagship vibe, and from a distance, many people probably wouldn't even realize this is a budget device. Of course, it's still mostly plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap in the hand. The finish is smooth, the edges are comfortable, and the grip feels secure. It's lightweight enough for daily use but still has enough weight to feel solid. Honestly, this is one of those phones that looks far more expensive than it actually is. And for students or casual users who just want something good-looking without destroying their wallet, that matters a lot. Screen and viewing experience. Now let's move to the display, because this is where budget phones usually start making compromises. But surprisingly, the Redmi A7 Pro 4G does pretty well here. The screen is large, immersive, and perfect for consuming content. Whether you're watching YouTube videos late at night, scrolling endlessly through TikTok, or binge-watching Netflix, the experience feels enjoyable. The screen here is better than expected for this price range. Colors are vibrant enough, viewing angles are decent, and brightness outdoors is acceptable. Is it the brightest display in the world? No. But under normal sunlight, you can still comfortably use it. And for gaming? The bigger display definitely helps. Games feel more immersive, especially battle royale titles like PUBG and Call of Duty Mobile. If the phone includes a 90Hz refresh rate version in your region, scrolling feels smoother too. It's one of those small upgrades that makes the phone feel faster and more premium instantly. For everyday entertainment, Xiaomi absolutely understood the assignment here. Performance and processor. Alright, this is the section most people care about. Because let's be real, nobody wants a phone that freezes while opening Instagram. So how does the Redmi A7 Pro 4G actually perform? For basic tasks like WhatsApp, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, browsing, music streaming, the phone performs surprisingly smoothly. Apps open reasonably fast, multitasking is decent, and switching between apps doesn't feel frustrating most of the time. Now yes, if you push the phone too hard or open many heavy apps at once, you may notice some slowdown. But honestly, considering the price, it handles daily use much better than expected. And now, gaming. PUBG Mobile runs okay on lower to medium settings. Don't expect ultra graphics, but the gameplay is playable and stable enough for casual gamers. Free Fire performs even better. Since it's lighter, the phone handles it comfortably with smooth gameplay. Call of Duty Mobile is playable too, although you'll probably want to reduce graphics settings for the best experience. What's interesting is how Xiaomi optimized the software. The HyperOS interface actually helps the phone feel smoother than some competitors in the same category. And speaking of competitors, if you compare this phone to some entry-level Samsung or Realme devices around the same price, the Redmi A7 Pro 4G often feels faster and more responsive during daily use. That's impressive. Especially for people upgrading from older budget phones. Cameras. Now let's answer the question everybody asks. Is the camera really good or just numbers on paper? During the daytime, the cameras actually produce solid results. Photos come out sharp enough for social media, colors look natural, and dynamic range is acceptable considering the price category. If you're taking pictures outdoors with good lighting, you can absolutely get Instagram-worthy shots from this phone. Portrait mode also works surprisingly well most of the time, especially with human subjects. Now nighttime photography is where things become more average. In low light, details start to disappear, noise becomes visible, and photos can sometimes look soft. That's pretty normal for a budget smartphone though. Selfie performance is decent too. Skin tones look okay, and the beauty mode isn't overly aggressive like some cheaper phones. For videos, stabilization is acceptable while walking slowly, but don't expect flagship-level smoothness. Still, for TikTok videos, Instagram stories, Snapchat, or casual content creation, the cameras get the job done. And honestly, that's probably enough for most people buying this phone. Battery and charging. Now here comes what might actually be the strongest feature of this device. The battery might be the phone's biggest selling point. Seriously. This phone is built for people who hate carrying chargers everywhere. With normal daily use, social media, videos, messaging, and some gaming, the Redmi A7 Pro 4G can comfortably last a full day. Some lighter users might even push it into a second day. That's a huge win. Especially for students, travelers, or people who spend long hours outside. Charging speed is decent too. It's not insanely fast like premium flagship phones, but it's quick enough to avoid frustration. Another good thing is temperature management. Even during gaming sessions, the phone doesn't get uncomfortably hot. Xiaomi seems to have done a decent job controlling heat here. And honestly, battery anxiety is something many people deal with daily. So having a phone that simply lasts feels incredibly refreshing. Hidden features you'll love. Now let's talk about some underrated features that make this phone even more interesting. First, the fingerprint sensor. It's fast, responsive, and unlocks the phone quickly without annoying delays. Second, the headphone jack. Yes, Xiaomi still remembers that many people use wired earphones, and that's honestly great to see in 2026. Third, stereo speakers, if available in your version. Watching videos and gaming feels more immersive with louder sound compared to single-speaker phones. And of course, there's the IR blaster. This is such a classic Xiaomi feature. You can literally use your phone as a remote control for TVs and home appliances. It sounds small, but once you start using it, you'll miss it on other phones. Then there's HyperOS. The interface feels modern, customizable, and packed with useful features. Xiaomi gives users a lot of flexibility, and many people genuinely enjoy that experience. These little details are what make the Redmi A7 Pro 4G feel more complete than many other budget devices. Honest drawbacks. Now let's be fair. Despite its features, the phone isn't perfect. The first downside is the plastic build. While it looks premium, you can still tell it's a budget phone once you hold it closely. Second, the night camera performance is average at best. If you love taking nighttime photography seriously, this probably isn't the phone for you. Third, occasional sluggishness. Most of the time the phone runs fine, but heavy multitasking can still cause lag sometimes. And finally, no 5G. For some people, that may not matter at all. But others looking for future-proof connectivity could see this as a limitation. Still, considering the price, these compromises honestly feel reasonable. Final verdict, is it worth buying? So, is the Redmi A7 Pro 4G worth buying? For many people, the answer is honestly yes. This phone is perfect for students, casual users, social media lovers, budget gamers, anyone upgrading from an older phone. It offers a good display, solid battery life, decent camera, smooth enough performance, modern design, useful extra features. And most importantly, it delivers excellent value for money. Is it perfect? No. But that's not really the point of a budget phone. The real question is whether it gives you a great everyday experience without forcing you to spend a fortune. And in that area, Xiaomi absolutely succeeds. If you want the best value for money, the Redmi A7 Pro 4G might be one of the strongest options this year. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think this could be the best budget phone of 2026? Or would you choose something from Samsung or Realme instead? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.